What's good, y'all? I hope you're having a wonderful day. So welcome to another episode where we talk most things stock related. All right. Today we'll be talking about compound interest. All right. So I'll start by explaining what compound interest is, and then I'll tell you a quick little story um, to help it stick to memory. All right. So compound interest is what happens when interest you earn on savings begin to earn interest on itself. All right, it's really that simple. It's really none created to it. All right, so the story that I have for y'all is um, I remember watching this show a long time ago on PBS Kids. I was probably like 12 or 13. All right, and I didn't think none of it until like I started learning about stocks, and then I'm like, oh, I remember this story that it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It just as soon as I learned what compound interest was, I remembered that story. All right. So the story goes like this. All right. Now I might butcher it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But the concept still stays the same. All right. Now the story might certain details might change. You know how stories be changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the story goes like this. All right. So there was a king. I guess the king wasn't taking care of his people. You know what I'm saying? And then the king also loved chess. All right. So one day the king decided to challenge this this wise man. All right. And he told the wise men, since I'm the king, if you beat me, you get any wish. All right. You get anything you want. You could have money, you could have food, you could have whatever. All right. So eventually, when they started playing the game, the king lost, right? And then he's like, all right, I'm gonna make up my word since I'm the king. What's your wish? And the wise men said, he said, for every square that's on this chessboard. All right, so beginning with the first square, add a grain of rice to the first square, and for every square, double it. All right, and he would have to do that for every single day until the chessboard was filled. So until like I think there's 64 squares in a chessboard, right? So the king not thinking too much of it. He's like, that's a very humble request. You know what I'm saying? How you could choose anything. You choose this. He's not really understanding, right? So the king's all right, whatever. That seems easy enough. So, you know, the first day comes and he adds 1 grain of rice. Second day, he adds 2 grains of rice. Third day, he adds 4 grains of rice. Fourth day, he adds 8 grains of rice. Fifth day, he adds 16 grains of rice. Right? Sixth day, he adds 32 grains of rice. Right? And so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, you know, it starts getting like to a crazy amount. By the time it gets to like the 30th square, you know, they start shipping, you know, just bags of rice, just pounds and pounds of rice to this wise man. You know, and eventually it gets to a point where the king start realizing, yo, we might not have enough rice to fulfill this request. You know, I'm gonna have to call this wise man and ask him to, you know what I'm saying, to make another wish or something, because it's not enough rice in the world to fill this man's request. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, I guess he called the wise man. They had a talk, and he's like, yo, bro, like, you tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't give you all this rice. You know, if I give you all this rice, I'm gonna go bankrupt. I'm gonna have no food for myself. You know what I'm saying? So the wise man's like, all right, like, just if you just take care of your people and make sure they're good, they're not struggling, they eat good, you feed them, you could forget about this request and we'll be even. And I guess that's what the king did. All right. Now that's a very That's a very important story, and because it shows you the power of compound interest and exponential growth and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because it shows you that you don't really need a whole lot to start with. Yeah, it's always better. The more money you have, the more you have to start with, the better it is. But you can start with a very small amount. It doesn't have to be $1 million. You know what I'm saying? You could start with $5. You could start with $1. You could start with, as long as you're consistent, you keep putting money and adding on to whatever you're adding on to. Eventually, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna become a bigger amount. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, for the first 3-4 days, you know what I'm saying, I bet the village people were looking at the wise men like, yo, bro, you're not really that wise. Like, we out here eating 8 grains of rice. You know what I'm saying? That's like 1 grain of rice per person. You're bugging. You're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when it got to like the 30th square, you know what I'm saying, to the 40th square, he starts looking like a genius. You know what I'm saying? They start not doubting him so much because now, in the first couple of days, they were getting grains. Now they're getting bags and pounds of rice. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you remember that story, all right, you will understand why compound interest is key, right? It's one of the most important things when it comes to stocks, right? If you put your money somewhere that's consistently earning you interest over time, all right, eventually, even if you even if you don't add money to it at all right, it will make you a whole lot of money, all right? Whereas if it was somewhere that you put your money that you weren't earning interest, you know what I'm saying? Like if you put your money in a shoebox or under your mattress, as opposed to if you put it somewhere that's earning you 3%, 4%, 5%, all right, you're gonna make a whole lot of money over time. So I hope this video helps you. I hope this story help you remember how powerful compound interest is, and I hope y'all start today, man. Don't wait. All right, the sooner you start, the better. All right, and be consistent. If you put your money somewhere that's earning interest, keep adding money over time. Like I say, it doesn't have to be a whole lot of money. All right, just start somewhere. Start. Just don't wait. All right, you don't know how important it is to just start. Just stop procrastinating. All right, and just put your money to work for you. Right, you don't have to be out here just working for your money all day. Sometimes you have to put your money out there so it can work for you. All right, so I hope this video helps you out, and I hope in the long term, or even right now, I hope you understand how important compound interest is. All right. So once again, I hope this story will help you remember about compound interest, and you start today. All right. So once again, man, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, and let's get this money, man.